Hi fam, wonders shall never end, at least not in Kenya. I just finished watching clips of the most famous, the most idolized, the most worshipped prophet in Kenya. And I'm not going to say the name because I know if I tell you what he did, you already know who I'm talking about. So this prophet prays for the Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro. And the reason for praying for him is because Maduro has been wanted by the US with so many allegations. One of the allegations is he has been involved in drugs trafficking and all that. But it's a long story, so we'll talk about that one later. So let's talk about the prayer part. He seriously prays for him. And I'm not saying that prayers are bad, and I respect prayers truly. I respect prayers. And I know faith is personal, and I can't question that. But explain to me logically, without emotions, explain to me logically, how are prayers supposed to surpass or supposed to override international laws, intelligence agencies, geopolitics, and they go straight to the US special forces, the judges, or Donald Trump and say, don't arrest Maduro because prophet this and this prayed for him. Logically, make it make sense.
Esta es una nación especial.
And that the Lord is with this country.
Y que el Señor está con este país.
So let me lay my hand on you and make a decree.
Y déjame poner mi mano sobre usted y hacer un decreto.
Father, in the mighty name of Jesus.
Padre, en el poderoso nombre de Jesús.
Lord, I decree with my terrible prophetic tongue today.
Señor, yo decreto con mi terrible lengua profética hoy.
That you will protect the president of this land.
Que usted protege el presidente de esta nación.
And protect the whole of this land of Venezuela.
Y proteger toda la tierra de Venezuela.
Even as you have shown me in the dream, you will chase away the enemy.
Incluso como usted me ha mostrado un sueño, usted va a echar al enemigo.
The enemy will not come close.
El enemigo no se acercará.
And this nation will rise.
Y esta nación se levantará.
I decree salute health.
Yo decreto salud
and strength
y fortaleza
upon the president of this land,
sobre el presidente de esta tierra,
Nicolas Maduro.
Nicolás Maduro,
That in this land, Lord,
para que en esta tierra
you even started with the wrong words. The moment you said, with my terrible prophetic tongue, I knew it was terrible. I knew that was the wrong foot that you already placed there. As I use my terrible prophetic tongue, sir, that was terrible. That's terrible. Because I don't get the logic where the prayers, and I said, I respect prayers, but I don't get the logic where prayers are supposed to act against the international laws, against the geopolitics. How? Even the tongue confesses that the whole idea is terrible. But the most ironic part is, if there's this much prophetic power, why not start at Kenyatta National Hospital, where people needs or requires the real healing? Why not start at cancer wards? Why not start at the victims of accidents? Why not start at ICUs? Why does it have to be the grand stages, the cameras, the lights, the actions, the international drama? Why does it have to be like that always? Why not Aga Khan? Why not any other hospital? Why not Mama Lucy Hospital? Why not take your cameras and your crews there? See, people don't hate prayers. And the reason why most people ask the tough questions about this, or we question prayers, is because people want to see real results. And what you're trying to do is stage manage results. Prayers without accountability is just a performance. And miracles without evidence is just a business. But I'm not trying to say that prayers are bad. Prayers are meant to heal the people who are suffering. And that is okay, because they have faith for that. But in Kenya, most people make prayers an entertainment for people who are comfortable. Why we didn't see someone being healed And we know the history of this person, that this guy was on a wheelchair. This guy for 30 years, for this amount of years, we've seen him, like the way Jesus did. He healed someone who was known and seen for 30 years. He couldn't see. 30 years, people knew him. Why do you bring your own people that nobody knows them? I would like to see someone who is performing miracles by someone that I know, or through someone that I know, or someone that we all know. It's always random people that we've never seen, we've never heard their histories, because they are trained to do that. So I don't even know what's going to happen to Nicolas Maduro. Maybe the prayers were late. I don't know. They could be late because from Venezuela to... But the distance is not that big though. So I don't know. Maybe... Can you imagine the prayers going to... knocking on the White House? Trump, who dead? I be prayer. This is the prophet so-and-so's prayer. Yo, you're supposed to release, don't arrest Nicolas Maduro. I'm just making fun with this. I know it's not, sounds blasphemous, but I'm sorry. I don't even know. Man, the whole thing is it's just not making sense logically.